Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin Bubble news channel. Bitcoin is the best money ever. Once you understand that, you'll know that all the money you've used in the past was toxic. Your capital is toxic. Your money is bad for you. We've been living in a world where doctors bleed you to death and put garbage and sludge into your mind. There are dangerous things in the world where you live that you eat. The fix is to stop putting harmful things into your body. That fix is the orange pill. We need to get that cure to everyone. I recently talked to Saylor at Bitcoin Prague. We talked about what he thought about Bitcoin's amazing growth. The value of the coin has grown by about 50% every year. Saylor says that Bitcoin's steady growth is due to its unique qualities such as its limited supply, longevity, portability, and ability to be divided. He says that Bitcoin has a fixed amount of 21 million coins. This makes it a valuable tool in a time when central banks are printing more money. At the time of this writing, the price of Bitcoin is around $64,000, down 3% in the last 24 hours but up 46% year to date. There are now over 19 million Bitcoins in circulation. Even though its price changes all the time, Saylor says that people who don't have Bitcoin don't know how the world's financial system really works. Seeing their lack of knowledge, as like life in a matrix, he thinks Bitcoin is the key to getting to the orange pill. Something to help you understand the truth about money and cash. Bitcoins are run by chaos. You are lending your money to a country when you put it in a bank account in a paper currency. When you buy a stock with your own money, people in charge of a business are borrowing your money. When you pay for a building, you are giving the mayor of a city your money on loan. When you buy art, you're lending your money to a culture and spending it in that culture. You are lending your money when you buy Bitcoin. You're giving your money to the gods of chaos through the lords of entropy. What do you think? Is the bet that chaos will do better than city businesses? In countries, different cultures, it's a deep thought. You are in Europe before the Second World War. I give you a lot of money and a chance. Any land in any country is yours to buy. In Europe, you can own any business and buy any building you want. In Europe, you can own art. You can put your money into European currencies and stocks. Let's say I give you the option of buying any stock in any country that is about to join the war in World War II, or you can have your own Swiss bank. There's a Swiss bank where all the money of the warring parties will be kept. If you own that bank, everyone will put their money in it, and then the war starts. Things start to fall apart, and the war is a metaphor for that. In 4 years, it got faster. You know that every building is dangerous. It could go off, and every business will probably fail. Any piece of land might or might not be worth anything. The rents and renting agreements will likely be thrown out. All of the currencies will fall apart, and the more chaos there is, the more damage and loss there is. The more valuable that bank is. In fact, if everyone puts their money in the bank and then all of them kill each other, the bank still has the money. This is a very deep thought. What kind of business are you in? Are you trying to stop chaos or making money off of it? Though, the law of thermodynamics says that you can't stop entropy. This means that the more confusing the government is, the less efficient the mayor is, and the less efficient and competitive a company's market setting is. The more disorder and change there is in a culture, if all of those other options go down, Bitcoin is a better choice. Bitcoin works on chaos. No matter what, it will always do better than anything else, because entropy only goes in one direction. Chaos will continue. A bunch of made-up metrics describe your whole world. So this could be the CPI and this could be the PPI. The unemployment number could be 2% or 3%. Some of you don't have jobs, and the ones you do have aren't making as much as they used to. Plus, everything costs 50% more. The formal GDP looks like that, but the GDP is this. Of course, we use the market basket of fake crap. You do not want to buy to figure out the total GDP and the real GDP. That's the grid you live in. And Rule 10 is very easy to understand. To get out of the grid, you have to pay Bitcoin. You have Bitcoin, but not us. You can't buy your way out of the measures until you understand that you can't buy your way out of the matrix. Matrix and Bitcoin, you don't get Bitcoin or the matrix. Take a look at Bitcoin, you don't get it. It's hard for Charlie Munger to understand. It's hard for Warren Buffett to understand. The bankers don't get it. The rich people you dislike don't get it. Not important for them to know, they can't see it because of that. In the Western world, when you're at ease, when everything seems fine, and when your buddy works at the bank, you don't need to know that. When you need to know when your life falls apart, when you know you're going to die soon, don't be surprised when people look at Bitcoin and don't get it. You'll understand and see it for what it is when you look over the edge of the cliff. They don't need to know. We learned everything over 10,000 years. How do you make a city work? How do you run a business? How do you run a country? How well do you understand money and business? What is rising prices? What does economic prosperity mean? What do you do? Why should I do this? When you look back in time, all I see are statisticians studying people fighting in wars with chariots, bows and arrows, camels and elephants 3,000 years ago. Now we bring in explosives and planes, and they're trying to test their models and see how explosives and planes change how they organize their elephants. It's kind of like all the models, they don't really make sense any longer. You have to get rid of them all if you know about Bitcoin. You know that none of your models are worth anything when Godzilla shows up on the field. All of them are going to be killed. When Satoshi gave you economic energy, you can use it, own it, and store it. Do not throw it away. Bitcoin's value has gone up 50% a year every time it's been sold for the past 4 years. You gave up the world's best performing asset to get what? When you diversify, you sell the winners to buy the losers. When do you go out and buy something? When your family is going to die, you sell your Bitcoin when you need to save your life or the lives of people you care about. Other than that, you trade it and borrow against it, but you only need one chair. You shouldn't sell your Bitcoin because everything else isn't as good. The whole world is built to make you want to sell your Bitcoin. It seems like everyone wants you to trade your Bitcoin for their hedge fund stock idea or something.